Okay, this is now the tarot question and answer number 10. Next will be about the horoscope spread. I'll get back to it. But I've had a cold in the last few days and my head's all been stuffed up. So it was hard to think. But anyway, something happened a couple of days ago that I want to tell you about that I think will be valuable and useful for you personally in your own life, as well as when it comes to reading cards, but especially in your own life. So I want, rather than not tell you, I thought it was important to tell you. So you probably know there are 12 signs in the zodiac, and each sign has 30 degrees, but you probably don't know that a sign can be and ought to be divided into 3 10-degree portions called decanates. And the first, so from 0 to 10 degrees is first decanate, 10 to 20 is second, and 20 to 30 is third decanate. So first decanate of any sign is physical. The second decanate is mental, and the third decanate is spiritual. So depending on where the sun was when you were born, you've got a particular bent or a particular way of functioning that's right for you. Okay, so I was thinking of something, but I'll get to the point. So a few days ago, I had been talking to somebody who has a sun in the last 5 degrees of Leo, and that's the third decanate, 25 degrees of Leo. And so I was talking about the third decanate being spiritual. And I don't like to use that word because in a lot of ways I don't know what it means. And you may not know what it means, or you may have a particular definition or understanding of the word spiritual and what it's all about. For some people, spiritual equals religion, but I don't think that's completely true. So anyway, as I was talking to the person, I was thinking, I'd like to have a better idea of what to say to anybody about what spiritual means, right? And then I finished the discussion and so on. So the next day, I was looking at YouTube, and if you know YouTube, you get recommendations. And so I mentioned a fellow called Kent Hewitt just months and months ago. He plays jazz piano and he teaches how to play, and he's very interesting. And through him, I found out about a fellow called Bill Evans, who played piano for Miles Davis. Most people know Bill through Miles Davis, but he was an individual musician on his own, a brilliant pianist. He's worth just, even if you don't like what he plays, you can appreciate how good he is. So anyway, at one point, Kent was talking about Bill Evans, and he gave a quote from Bill because Bill didn't know whether to go with classical music or jazz, and there was an answer to that one. But then Kent said another quote, and I've got to read it. Bill said, "My creed for art in general is that it should enrich the soul, that it should teach spirituality by showing a person a portion of himself or herself that he would not have discovered otherwise, a part of oneself you never knew existed." And so I thought, Kent said this, so I wrote it down and transferred it and kept it. And then a few hours later, it struck me. Yesterday, I wanted to know a better definition of spiritual. And within 24 hours, I've got my answer. Because I've got this quote from Bill Evans that sums it up, saying that you discover something, a part of yourself you never knew existed. And that's important for people with the sun in the third portion of a sign. But also if let's say you get the High Priestess card and you talk to the person about the importance of a spiritual understanding. So why? What's it all about? It's so that you can discover something, a part of yourself that you never knew existed. Do you know what I mean? It's a good explanation of what spiritual is. And then I thought, I happened to, I asked, what is spiritual? And I get the answer 24 hours later, but I noticed the answer. I could easily have kept the quote And it may not have occurred to me to make the connection between my asking for a definition of spiritual and getting the answer within 24 hours. I may have discovered that or realized that a year from now, but I didn't. I noticed it kind of at the time, which made me think, how many other things have I asked for or wanted? And I actually got it, but I didn't notice. Or I got it and didn't realize it. So maybe what I wanted was, it was going to be a 3-step process to get it. And step 1 comes immediately, but I didn't recognize it. Maybe because when I asked for it, I had a picture in mind of the complete finished product. And because the finished product didn't appear, I thought nothing's happening. But I was wrong. How many times have I thought of something or wanted something, but I wasn't paying attention, so I ignored what came to me immediately and assumed that I wasn't going to get it or I didn't have it. And so what's even more important is, how many times have you personally done that? You've asked for things, you've wanted things, and it hasn't happened, or so you thought, but maybe because you weren't paying attention. And I think that's why this point that I'm making is important for you in your own personal life, because there's things you want and things you want more of. And maybe you actually get them pretty quickly, but you don't realize that you're getting them. So there's one thing about to ask for something, but you're also not supposed to keep checking. I want this. Have I got it? No. 2 minutes later, have I got it? No, not yet. So that sort of, you're getting in your own way by trying to control things. And there's a motto in English that came to mind that people used to tell me when I was young, and I wanted to kick them because it was so annoying. You're 14, you want something, and they say to you, the motto I was given was, it is better to travel hopefully than to arrive. So when you're 14, you just want it. You don't want to be told to be patient. But the point is, you ask for something, you're going to get it, but enjoy the journey. It may be a 4-step process or a 10-step process to get what it is that you want. Enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, and don't keep checking to see if it's there or not. If you do that, you get in your own way. So that was my point for today. It says, we're told ask and you will be, ask and it is given. And it sort of happens an awful lot quicker than you think. So anyway, your homework, so to speak, is think about the times you've asked for something, or in the future, think about when you ask for something, pay attention to what comes to you shortly thereafter, because if you're paying attention and you're not trying to check up on it, you're going to discover the steps to take to actually achieve what it is you want to achieve, or to get what it is that you want to get. Okay, so next, in a couple of days, I think will be the next portion of the horoscope spread. But I've been paying attention to some of the comments that you've left, and so it'll be a more structured video, and I'll clear up the confusion that people have about renumbering houses and how to go about it. So this time I'm going to get ready, aim, then fire, instead of getting ready, firing, and then aiming. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and all that. And we'll talk to you in a couple of days. Okay, bye-bye.